Lucky I got a haircut yesterday.
Yeah.
I was like, I couldn't get a haircut because I couldn't drive.
Okay, so this is my grandpa, Monty Lee. So he served in World War II as a part of the Air Force, that's right? Yeah. So when did you enlist?
I enlisted September 1941.
Very nice. And what was it like enlisting, and whereabouts did you enlist?
Let me see. I was living down Chinatown.
Okay.
Let me see the address. Kiefer Street.
Okay.
Street. I don't know. Kiefer Street.
Mm-hmm.
The Chinese was not allowed to live outside of Chinatown.
Right.
So that's why we have to live in Chinatown.
Mm-hmm.
Even though you have lots of money like WWII,
Yeah.
they cannot live outside of Chinatown.
Right. Because of the segregation issues
Because
during
of
the
the
time.
discrimination against
Yeah.
Chinese.
Mm-hmm. So what division of the Air Force were you in? What division of the Air Force were you in?
I was in the air crew, the Air Force. I was air crew.
Okay.
I was a bombardier.
Bombardier, okay. So that was your main job in the Air Force, is being the bombardier?
And it was my main job.
And
train as a bombardier.
Okay. And what do bombardiers, like what's the main job of a bombardier?
My main job is to bomb the target.
Okay.
They guided the pilot to the site to drop the bomb.
Okay. And where are you positioned for most of like your deployment? Like were you over in Europe or were you in the Pacific?
I'm mostly in Canada because I was
Canada?
patrolling the Atlantic Ocean.
Okay. So you're patrolling the Atlantic.
Ocean, yeah.
Okay.
Back east.
That's cool.
I think stationed at Labrador.
Okay. And were there any like missions that you ran or like there were like any moments that you had that were very memorable and you still remember like very well?
My memorable experience?
Yeah.
Well, my memorable experience is patrolling. Actually, we were patrolling the Atlantic Ocean for submarine.
Okay.
The what you call it, a convoy from the Halifax goes right over to England.
Okay.
So we have to patrol the German. The Germans always going after the convoy.
Right, with their U-boats.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So that was your
In
main.
fact, they're very successful. We
Yeah.
lost
Mm-hmm.
a lot of ships.
Mm-hmm.
I think at that time, the convoy is the personnel are merchant marine.
Okay.
I don't know the exact figure, number of ships that sunk, but
Right.
it was quite a number.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a very serious problem. Was the German U-boat attacks?
Because that's the lifeline of
Mhm.
the Ally.
Yeah. Was there convoys coming over to England?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you ran defense. You basically patrolled the like for U-boats around the convoys as they made their way.
The St. Lawrence goes right up to, the Atlantic goes from Halifax
Mm-hmm.
right over to. They don't go right into London. They go into some port that they don't know.
Okay.
So we go about halfway through or three-quarter way out in the Atlantic.
Okay. So you'd go out and then you'd come back. Okay. So after you returned home from your deployment, what was your what was your day-to-day life like as after you came back?
What's that again?
When you came back or from the war?
After the war?
Yeah. What was your day-to-day life
Well,
like?
I enlisted September. I discharged
Mhm.
in August 1945.
Okay.
Or actually September
Okay.
45. That's when the war ended, the
Yeah.
Japanese.
Mm-hmm. Had surrendered.
And then discharged there. About a month later,
Mm-hmm.
I joined the BC Regiment.
Okay.
The BC Regiment right on the Georgia and Beatty, the
Okay.
armory there.
Okay.
Joined there for quite a few as a rank. Sergeant was the highest rank I had.
Okay.
And then I was selected to become an officer. Then I quit.
Okay.
And then after that, that was what you call a reserve.
Okay.
but I attended daytime attended UBC,
Okay. To become an accountant,
Yeah.
correct?
Commerce. Right?
Yeah, commerce. Okay. When you came back, did you notice any short-term or long-term impacts of the war on Canada, such as like unemployment being gone, or any like a sense of like nationalism because Canada had helped win the war?
I'll tell you before I say anything.
Mhm.
When we joined the service,
Mhm.
we were not Canadian. We were
Right.
Chinese.
Right.
We didn't become Canadian
Mhm.
until May 1947
Okay.
when we become Canadian.
Right.
So a lot of people think that the veteran joined the forces, all of them
Mhm.
are Chinese.
Right.
So all of them didn't become Canadian
Until May.
until May 1947.
Okay.
And you can see that we have no right.
Right. Yeah, because there was still the
We have
problem.
no right.
Yeah, there was still a problem of discrimination during that time.
And then, of course, employment.
Mhm.
I mostly work part-time in
Okay.
grocery store, just to
Okay.
get enough money.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then my final question was, so you know that today, one big problem that we have is finding employment for our veterans who are returning from Iraq and from Afghanistan. Not as much so in Canada, but in the States especially. So, like you said, you worked part-time, but was there, did you have any problems finding part-time work?
No, employment, we don't have any problem.
Okay.
But we cannot work employed by any Canadian or white company.
Okay.
They don't hire Chinese
Right.
until, I think, 1955, I think,
Okay.
when the Chinese were allowed, when they become Canadian,
Mhm.
were allowed to work in the federal government,
Mhm.
provincial government, police force, or anything.
Right.
That time, the Chinese was not hired, or any of the professional.
Mhm.
I don't know if you know that.
I know a little bit, but it's
Yeah,
it's good to
we
get
were-
a first-hand account of
Yeah.
what
I
happened.
didn't. I joined the what do you call it, the federal government in 1960. I think
Okay.
I joined it.
As what was your job at that point?
Yeah. And then I worked my way up as in the finance department.
In the finance department?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, thank you for your time, Grandpa, and your account of kind of how you lived during the World War II is very interesting, and it helped a lot. Thank you.
I wanted to tell you this much. You are very fortunate
Yeah.
because when you graduate, you can go find employment in any professional company or services. But at that time when I was there, we were not permitted to or employ. Even the restaurant. When I was in the service, I cannot go into a white lunch restaurant or Scott Cafe because I'm Chinese. Even I was in uniform.
Mhm.
The one that used to be Scott Cafe was in Hastings, between Hastings, Columbia, and Carroll. There was a white lunch there.
Okay.
I was not allowed
Right.
in, even though I was in uniform.
I think I speak for many Chinese Canadians when I
At
say
that time
that,
it
like,
was really bad.
yeah, I think I speak for many Chinese Canadians when I say that we thank you for what you did during that time and how you pioneered and pushed for your civil rights.
We always get into a fight with a white
Oh,
guy.
yeah. Yeah.
If you're not familiar with, we get beat up pretty bad.
Well, thank you for your time, Grandpa.
Yeah.